Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday Westside Wellbeing with myself, Jamie. Today we are going to go through Tabata. So we're going to work to 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. We're going to go through a multiple of exercises, working the whole body, going from top to bottom, bottom to top. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 sets of each exercise, and then we'll move on to the next exercise and we'll do 3 sets of the next exercise. So to start with, we're just going to have a little bit of a warm-up before we jump into the exercises. So first thing I want you to do is just take the feet just outside shoulder width apart, and from there we're just going to start to rotate through those hips. Again, just start to loosen everything up through the hips, through the base of the core, into the glutes, into that lower back. And I just want you to roll it round 3 more times. Once you've done those 3 rotations, I want you to take a pause in the center and then start to roll it back the other way. And again here, so we just start to loosen off into the hip muscles, the hip flexors, the glutes, into the adductors, and again into the base of that core and into the base of the back. We'll go for 3 more rotations. Once you've done those 3 rotations, we'll come back to the center. So from there, we're going to keep the stance where it is. And what you do is just hinge forward at the hips, keeping the back nice and straight, just so you can start to feel that pull down those hamstrings. Again, take the hands onto the hips, just so we're putting all the emphasis through those hamstrings. And we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What I want you to do is come up, but as you come up, I want you to thrust those hips forward, take it back down, hinge at the hips, come forward, thrust through into those hips. Good, we're going to keep that going for 3 more repetitions. So we'll go for 2 and for 1. Yeah, lovely stuff, everyone. So we're going to stretch into the quadriceps here. So what I want you to do is we'll start with the right foot first, or the right leg. Feel free to put an arm out for balance. If you want to use a wall or a chair or possibly a person that's close by, feel free to do that. Again, I just want you to start to feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. Again, stretching into that hip flexor and into that quad muscle. And just start to squeeze that heel in towards the glute. And we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good. Give that little leg a shake. And we're going to go into the left-hand side again. So find that balance. Again, use a wall, use a chair, use a person. Or just feel free to test that balance. Put the hand on the hip, take it out to the side, and just start to feel that pull through the hip flexor down into the quadricep. And we're just going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Lovely stuff, everyone. So from here, we're going to take the right arm up and fold it at the elbow down into the centered line in the back. And we're just going to take the other arm and just start to squeeze in behind that elbow, so you're stretching out through that tricep. And again, we'll hold that there for a few more moments. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring that up. We'll switch the arms over. And again, just squeeze behind the elbow into that tricep. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring the arms up. And we're going to take the right arm across the chest. Again, squeezing behind that elbow. So we're stretching out through the shoulder mainly here. And we'll keep that there for 3, 2, and 1. We'll let that go. And we'll bring the other arm over to the chest. Again, squeezing just behind that elbow. So we're stretching out through that tricep into the top of the back. And we're going to hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. From there, I need to swing the arms from side to side a little moment. Again, give the leg a little shake out. Give the other leg a little shake out. Just go from side to side for a few moments. Take the arms back again, swing it up. Get some rotations through those shoulders. and we'll take it backwards. Good, lovely stuff. Take a moment. So we're going to jump into the exercises here. So feel free to take a little bit of water on board before we start. And how it's going to work, like I said, we're going to do 3 sets of one exercise. We're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and then we're going to move into another exercise. We're going to do 3 exercises all together, back to back. Then we'll take a moment, then we'll jump back in and go for another 3 exercises. So the first exercise we're going to do is some squat floor touches. So to open up that stance just outside shoulder width apart, point the feet out kind of not quite at 45-degree angles, maybe about 35. And from there, all you're going to do is hinge down at the hips, take the fist and the hands down towards the floor, and we'll go in 3, 2, and 1. And we're just hinging at those hips. Find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. And again, if you can't take it all the way down to the floor, that's not a problem. Just find that range. And as you start to work through the repetitions, you might be able to take it that little bit further as we start to pump some blood into those leg muscles and everything starts to loosen up through the joints. Good, let's keep that there. We're going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Good, nice first set in. Good work, everyone. Take a moment. We're going to take 30 seconds here before we jump into the second set. If anyone has any questions throughout today's sessions, feel free to put them into the comments and I will do my best to either type a response or I'll just verbally deliver it to you. But we've got 10 seconds to take a moment. What you do is start to set yourself again. So we come outside just side shoulder width apart. Feet pointing out at a small angle. And in 3, 2, and 1, let's go. So again, just find that rhythm, find that tempo that works for you. Hinging down at the hips, trying to keep that back nice and straight. So we're putting all the emphasis through those legs, primarily through the quad muscles, along the front of the thighs, and starting to get into the adductors as well that run down the inside of the thighs. A few more repetitions. And in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, good work, everyone. Let's keep that there. So we're going to take 30 seconds again before we move into set 3. What I want you to start doing is start focusing in on that breath. So nice big inhales, nice big long exhales. Again, just to help control that heart rate. Try and bring that heart rate down so we can really maximize the effort and energy throughout today's session. And in 3, 2, and 1, and we are back in for our third set. And again, you might find now that you can take it that a little bit lower, down towards the floor as everything starts to feel a little bit looser. Again, we'll start to pump some blood into those muscles, the hips and the knees. Should start to feel more flexible. Again, find a rhythm. Keep it there, a few more repetitions. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good, lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. So we're going to take 30 seconds. Then we're going to move into another exercise. So from here, we're going to go into a curl and press up overhead. You can imagine that you're holding a nice big heavy set of dumbbells to make sure that everything's nice and contracted. Clench those fists so the forearms are engaged. And we're going to curl up through the biceps, rotate up through the shoulders, and bring it down. So 3, 2, and 1, let's go. So again, take your time here. There's no rush. Keep everything nice and tight, nice and controlled. Lovely stuff, everyone. Good work. Let's keep that there. Nice. Anytime we start to take our hands up and overhead, it increases our heart rate simply because the length of our body has become a lot taller. In 3, 2, and 1. So ultimately what we have to do is pump more blood around the body. And to do that at a faster rate, the heart rate will speed up to get that circulation through the body, increases the blood, increases the cardiovascular rate, which increases our cardiovascular output. So take a moment, we've still got 10 seconds before we move into the second set. And again, just start to set yourself. Clench those fists nice and tight. And in 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you're anything like me, as you start to work through these repetitions and everything starts to loosen up a little bit, I start to get a few pops and cracks coming from my shoulders, my elbows. In a positive way, just let me know that everything's starting to loosen up. Starting to follow through the natural ergonomic movements of the body. So getting that nice full rotation through the shoulders, through the arms in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Lovely stuff. So we're going to go into our third set. But before we go into our third set, we'll have that 30-second break that we had before. So take your time. Take a bit of water on board if you need to. And from here, while we've got 15 seconds, just start to roll the neck around. Again, so we can start to loosen through the neck, through the top of the spine, the shoulders. And we'll set ourselves in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're curling up, getting that rotation through the arms, through the shoulders, and back down. So palms come in, we rotate, palms go out. Again, find a rhythm, find a tempo. You start to find that your body and temperature is starting to increase slightly here. Again, because we put some movement through the legs. Now we're putting some movement through the upper body. Good, good control, everyone. Let's keep that there. 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nice. We're going to take 30 seconds. The next one we're going to move into start activating the core. So we're going to stay on our feet. But what we'll do is we'll take the hands behind the head and we'll bring the left elbow to the right knee, replace, and then the right elbow to the left knee. We'll go for 3 sets of that. We've got 10 seconds. So let's set ourselves in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're just driving that elbow in towards that knee as we lift that knee up towards that torso. Again, try and see if you can get that knee above the line of your belly button. So we're really getting that nice full contraction across the stomach wall, working into those abdominal muscles. You might start to feel it in your arms a little bit from the movement we've done before. So we're putting some emphasis on the shoulders still. And rest. Nice. Again, feel free to shake the arms out. Probably a lot of tension in the shoulders at the moment from the curl and press, and then having to hold your hands up behind your head for somewhat of an extended period of time. So we'll take a moment, moving towards 10 seconds. Again, what we want to do here is just move the neck from side to side so we can start to loosen up a little bit. We'll stop there. We'll take the hands behind the head, and in 3, 2, and 1, let's go. Left elbow comes to right knee. Right elbow goes to the left knee, and just continue that movement throughout. Again, find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. Good, good control, everyone. Nice, let's keep that there. Moving towards 10 seconds. Few more repetitions on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nice, take a moment. So we're going to move into our third set of activating the core. Then we'll take a little moment and we'll jump back into our next 3 exercise sequence. I'm going to take a little bit of water on board here. So we're moving towards 10 seconds. So we'll get back into position. We'll set ourselves. 5 seconds. We'll take the hands behind the head. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Good, good control, everyone. Nice. Again, you start to feel that contraction through the midriff, really working into that core, but in a standing position. So we're still working through the legs, through the upper body, and then just making sure that our primary focus is through those core muscles, through that stomach wall, through those abdominal muscles. 1 more repetition, and rest. Nice, good work, everyone. Take a moment. Feel free to take a little water on board. Have a little move around, keep that blood flowing before we move into our next 3 exercises. So we're going to do the same format again. We'll go for the legs, the upper body, and then into a core exercise. So the next exercise we're going to go into on the legs is we're going to go into alternate lunges. So we'll take the right foot out, bring it down, pop back up, and then switch it. Left foot comes forward, and so on and so forth. We're going to do 3 sets, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So let me set the trusty timer. 5 seconds, and in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. I like to put my hands on my hips or out in front of me, wherever you find you get the most balance from. And again, just start to work into that stride pattern, trying to not take it too far. So you can try and create those right angles through the legs. Again, if your knee comes down to the ground, that's no problem at all. Just use it as a guide to spring back up again. One more repetition. And rest. Good, good work, everyone. We've got 2 more sets of lunges. Let's keep that there. Take a moment, focus back in on that breath. Whew. Even I'm getting out of breath today. Good work, everyone. Stay with me, let's keep it going. We've got 10 seconds. So we'll come in, we'll set ourselves. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Good, so just taking it one leg at a time, left to right. Again, find that range. If you can keep that knee just off that ground, fantastic. Again, if it hits the ground, no problem at all. Again, just try and use it as a guide. See if you can get as close to the ground as you can, just by finding that rhythm, using that form, that technique. Let's keep it there. 1 more rep. 3, 2, and 1. Good work, everyone. Woo. Let's keep it going. 1 more set of the lunges. So, while we do that, I want you to swing your arms backwards and forwards for a moment, just so we can get a bit of movement through the shoulders. Again, holding them up above the head can keep a little bit of tension. And move towards 5 seconds. Let's set ourselves. We're going to go into our last set of lunges in 3, 2, and 1. Again, just find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. If it starts to feel a little bit too much on the legs, just slow that repetition down a little bit. Again, that way we can just keep a little bit more emphasis on the muscles still, but it should just help control that heart rate. Good, let's keep it there. A few more reps on each leg. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, lovely stuff, everyone. So, I'm going to take 30 seconds. I'm going to shift back into the upper body. So, we're going to go into everyone's favourites. We're going to go into some push-ups here. So, what I need to do is take the arms just outside shoulder width apart. You can either come into a plank position, or if you like, come bring it down to the knees. If you're coming to the knees, make sure your torso is nice and extended, so you're still getting that full press through that chest, keeping the emphasis on the chest and the shoulders and the triceps. Again, we're going to do 3 rounds of 30 seconds here, so it's going to be quite a lot of push-ups to take your time. Find a rhythm. Don't rush through it. Good, let's keep that there. Again, still really working into that core. 1 more repetition. And rest. From there, I'm going to fall back onto my heels, into that gel pose, just to take a moment. Stretch out through the lower back. Stretch out through those quads and those shin muscles. We'll hold that for 3, 2, and 1. We'll come back up. We're moving towards second set, so we'll reset ourselves. We'll take our hands just outside shoulder width apart. Again, if you're coming onto your knees, make sure your torso is nice and long. If you want to alternate between full plank press up or onto the knees, no problem at all. Be my guest. As long as you're feeling that emphasis through the chest, through the triceps. Again, working into those shoulders. Core's going to be nice and engaged. Let's keep it there. A few more repetitions. 3, 2, and 1. And rest again. We're just going to come back into that Stretch for a moment. And feel free to hold that there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we're moving towards 10 seconds. We're going to go into our third set push-ups. Stay with me here. I appreciate this. It's a heavy exercise, heavy movement, putting a lot of focus through the upper body. In 3, 2, let's go. Again, find a rhythm, find a tempo, nice and controlled, nice and steady. Really working through that front of the torso. Good. Strong work, everyone. Let's keep it there. Start to feel that burn. Good. A few more repetitions. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. So we're going to move back into the core again. So this time round, we're going to have a little lie down. So we'll take it down to the ground. And we're going to go into some heel touches. So here we're really going to be working into the oblique muscles that run down the side of the torso, protecting the outside of the rib cage. We're going to take our hands by our side, and we're just going to start to slide our hands down towards our heels, from side to side. Again, here, feel free to lift your chin into your chest if you want a little bit more of a contraction, or if you need to, just rest that head back. Good, let's keep that there, everyone. Good work. Nice. Few more reps on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. So we're just going to take a moment here. Allow ourselves to catch our breath. Focus back in on that breath. Nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And if you want to, feel free to take your legs straight out in front of you on that full stretch. Take the arms out to the side. Just for a full moment of relaxation. And from there, we're going to come back into position. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet onto the floor. Hands down by the side. And we're going into those heel touches. So just sliding from side to side. Really working into that core. Again, mainly into those oblique muscles. Also working into the abdominals from side to side. Again, if you can lift that chin into that chest, we get that little bit more contraction. So the stomach wall's nice and contracted too. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Nice. We're going to take 30 seconds again. Feel free to go out into that full stretch. Nice relaxation. Arms out to the side. Legs out in front of you. And again, take a few nice big deep breaths. And what we'll do, we'll slowly start to move back into position. So we'll bring the soles of our feet back flat onto the floor. We'll bring our arms down to our sides and we'll lift the chin into the chest. And here we go from side to side. Third round. Yeah, nice work, everyone. Again, as always, keep it nice and controlled, nice and steady. Really feeling the emphasis through that torso. We're just squeezing that rib cage down towards the hips. A few more repetitions on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, nice one. Take a minute or so. Feel free to take a bit of water on board. Again, put some music on, open the window, whatever it is you need to do. And we'll go into our next 3 exercises in just a moment. Really good work, everyone. Let's keep that going. Strong effort. Halfway through. Just over. We've got just over 20 minutes to go. Really strong work. We'll probably get 2 more rounds in, so we're looking at about 6 more exercises. And so, the next movement we are going to go into. For the legs, we're just going to work into the adductors on the inside of the thighs. They're going to sit dormant on quite a lot of people. And they're really good to help build that strength up into your core, but helps with your balance, your flexibility, really helps support the bigger muscle groups in your quads and your hamstrings. And 9 times out of 10, when people feel they've pulled their hamstring, it actually is the adductor. So we're going to do a little bit of work on that. I'm going to set the timer. We're going to take a nice wide stance. And from there, all we're going to do is we're just going to drop one knee and come over to the other side. So we're dropping from side to side, dropping those knees. So again, a lot more of a stretch movement here, but we're just really putting the emphasis through those adductors. Again, really lengthening them out and then contracting at the same time. When we go from the straight leg to the bent leg, we're just stretching it out, drawing it back in. Good, keep that there, a few more repetitions from side to side. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nice, good work everyone. Take a moment, 2 more sets on there. Again, you start to really feel that stretch down the inside of the legs. Really helps support that balance and control. So, just over 10 seconds, I'm going to take my stance. Feel free to take a moment. And we're going to set ourselves into our second set in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're going to work it from side to side. Again, find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. Keeping those feet nice and flat. Pointing them straight forward. Just slight angle out to each side. Let's keep that there. A few more repetitions on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good. We'll take a moment. You're going to take a little water on board. Feel free to do the same. We've got plenty of time. That heart rate should be nice and increased now. We're just going to try and maintain that heart rate. Keep it where it is, just so we're burning off that stress. A few extra calories, getting the blood pumping. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're just going to start taking it from side to side. Drop one knee, straighten the other leg. Again, find a little rhythm, find a balance. This one you can take it pretty quick, but also make sure there's a level of control there as well. So you're allowing the muscles to really work, stretch, and contract. Good, and moving towards 10 seconds. A few more repetitions on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good, lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. We'll take a moment. So, it's our 3 sets. Next, we're going to move into our next upper body exercise. Today, we're going to do something a little bit more unconventional. So we're just going to go in to some fast hands. Actually, what I want to do, let's keep a bit of emphasis on the legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down into a squat position, back's nice and straight, and I just want you to throw those hands out in front of you. So we're really working through the biceps, the triceps, the shoulders, and again, it's a great way to increase that heart rate. We're still working on the legs as we're holding into that static position. That's where you really start to feel it. Keep it going. Good, 10 seconds. Just keep it there. Just driving those hands backwards and forwards. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good. Whew. Feel that in my legs, in my arms, in my shoulders. Again, heart rate's been increased slightly. Who's burning off a little bit of stress. A few more calories. Getting nice and loose, getting the blood pumping around the full body. So increasing our strength, our cardiovascular rate. Again, we're working on our balance today by focusing on certain key areas of the body. So 5 seconds, let's set ourselves. And in 3, 2, and 1, let's go. So we're just down into that half squat position. Just driving those arms back and forwards. Good work, everyone. Let's keep that there. Now it's moving towards 10 seconds. Yeah, we've probably got 6 more on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good, 30 seconds. We've got one more set on there. Whew. Take some water on board. Lovely stuff. Sun's starting to come out. Hope it comes out and stays out for the next few months. That would be nice. But let's take our time. We've got just over 10 seconds till we go into that third set. Then we're going to take it back into the core. So 5 seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So I took a little bit of a wider stance this time myself. Again, just to spread that load and just make sure that I'm working different parts of the legs while in that static hold position. Driving those arms backwards and forwards, moving towards 10 seconds. Let's keep it there. Less than 10 seconds. Few more repetitions on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good work, everyone. Nice. Shake it out. Shake that tension out of the legs. Shake the arms out a touch. Go work. Lovely stuff. 15 minutes to go. Let's keep it going. Strong work, everyone. So the next one we're going to go into a core exercise. So we're going to have a go at a plank. 3 rounds of a plank for 30 seconds. I appreciate that's a lot. So either bring it onto the forearms or bring it up onto the hands. And I just want you to come into that and just hold 30 seconds. Engage your glutes. That'll help keep nice and strong through that midriff. And again, really just working into that core, but in this static position. So the arms are engaged, the legs are engaged. The focus is in on the core. Let's see if we can keep it there. Under 10 seconds. Good. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Lovely stuff. Nice. So if you did that one on your hands, the next one I want you to take it down to the forearm. See how that feels. See which one you find more beneficial. Which one hurts the most, and then I'll leave it up to you on that third set of which one you want to go into and which form you want to use. So moving towards 10 seconds, we've got a moment. So we'll start to set ourselves and we'll take it out in 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, try and keep those hips nice and low so we're not got our glutes pointing up to the ceiling. And again, when you're in that plank position, just engage the glutes. That'll help you keep nice and tight through that midriff. And we're going to hold it there. I can't quite see, but I imagine we've got about 15 seconds to go. Good, less than 10. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good, strong work, everyone. Nice. 3 rounds. We've got 1 more to go. 1 more plank, 30 seconds. Really strong effort, everyone. Let's keep it going. So we're going to take a moment. I'm going to take it back down onto the forearms for myself because I find I get more of a contraction through my midriff. 10 seconds. So we're going to set ourselves. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So you take it out again. If you need to open up that stance with your feet a little bit just to give you a bit more center of balance and control. Or some people find it easier to bring the feet nice and close together. So everything's staying nice and central through that central line of the body. Again, from here, play around with it. Take it out a little bit, bring it back in. Keep those glutes engaged. Moving towards the end of short. In 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. We're going to take a minute and we'll move into the next round. Really strong work, everyone. Let's keep that there. So we'll take a moment. We're going to go into the next 3 exercises. That'll probably take us very close towards the end. We'll probably have a little bit of a cool down, a little bit of a stretch, and then we will be done with Wednesday's Westside Wellbeing. Whew, my heart rate's going. Don't know about yours. Strong work, everyone. Let's keep it there. Final push. Few more minutes. And so, what we are going to go into next is, what I'm going to try is, we're going to come down onto the floor. Well, I say onto the floor, down towards the floor. We're going to come onto our tiptoes. And from there, what I'm going to try and do is stand up. Stand up, plant the heels, come back down, come back onto those tiptoes, come back up onto the heels, back down to the tiptoes. Again, this really helps us start to open up through the hips, start to work on that range of movement and that mobility through the knees and the hips and the ankles. So give it a go, see how it feels. We're going to set the timer. And in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm down on my tiptoes, and I'm coming up, planting my heels, making my way down, coming back onto those tiptoes. Bringing it up, planting those heels, bringing it back down as I come onto my tiptoes. Take your time, no rush. Really controlled. Use that balance. You're going to feel a lot of emphasis through the quads here. Because we're coming up onto our tiptoes, we've got more range of movement through the ankles, which gives us more range of movement through the knees, through the hips, so we can get that a little bit deeper into the quads, so you'll start to really feel that. Good work. 2 more rounds to go. Let's keep it there. Take a moment, take a bit of water on board. We've got 15 seconds, so no rush. Again, feel free to just shake off those leg muscles. Again, just to help that blood flow. Remove some of that tension. We've got 5 seconds, so I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to come onto my tiptoes again. And from there, I'm up. I plant the heels. I work my way back down onto those tiptoes. Come back up. I'm going to turn so everyone can see. So I come onto my tiptoes, bring it up, plant the heels. Start to bring it down, move back onto the tiptoes, and up. Good work, everyone. Let's keep that there. Let's try and work. A few more repetitions, maybe 1 more repetition. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good. 1 more set. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. Start to focus back in on that breath again. Again, that heart rate should start to drop. But again, now we're putting more of the emphasis back onto the bigger muscle groups in the legs. So you start to feel that little bit of fatigue, that burn through the quadriceps. 3rd round, let's go for it in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm on my tiptoes, I'm coming up, planting my heels, and then working my way back down again. Yeah, really good control, everyone. Let's keep that there. Really trying to take my glutes down to my heels. And I'm up on my tiptoes and feel real burn through the base of your quadriceps, just above the knees. You're really working on that strength around the knees, not just the muscles, but the ligaments and tendons. 1 last repetition. And rest. Good. So we're going to move back into the upper body again. So what we're going to go into here is we're going to go into some cat crawls. So there's still going to be some emphasis on the legs, but most of the work's coming from the upper body. So again, we'll be on our tiptoes, knees flared out to the side, and all we do is we're just going to walk out with our hands and then bring it back in. Again, by all means, if you walk it out and you want to throw a press up at the end, be my guest, give it a try. See how it feels. If not, just walk it back out, find that range, and walk it back in. Good. Find a rhythm, find a tempo. Again, you're probably feeling that burn through the quads still because we're up on our tiptoes. And now really having to use that upper body as we walk our way along the floor, get that press in if we can, and crawl back in. Yeah, good work, everyone. Take a moment. We've got 30 seconds, 2 more sets. Whew, good work. So we're moving towards 15 seconds. So again, take a bit of water on board if you need to. Focus back in on that breath. In a few seconds, we're going to make our way back down. Let's go down onto our tiptoes, heels flared out to the side. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. We're going to walk it out. We're going to press if we can, and walk it back in. Take it out. Press if we can. Walk it back in. Good work, everyone. Let's get that there. A few more repetitions. Maybe 1 more from here, possibly 2. Depends on the time. Good. Let's get that there. And rest. Whew. Again, really working into the arms. But again, getting into the chest, starting to get into the back as well. Really working through the shoulders as we start to walk our way out across that ground. Good, moving towards our third set. 5 seconds, so we'll set ourselves on our tiptoes, knees flared out to the side, and let's go. Last round, so walk it out. If you don't feel comfortable pressing, just walk it back in again. If you want to mix it up between the one you walk out, the next one you throw a press in. Find what works for you. This is your workout. Good, a few more repetitions. I'd probably say maybe 2 to go, possibly 3. Let's keep it there. Oh, last one. And bring it back in. Good, lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. So we're going to move back into the core again. Strong work. This is probably going to be our last movement, then we're going to do a little bit of stretching. So we're going to bring it down to the ground. We'll have a little lie down. So the next one we're going to go into some knee pull-ins. So take the hands out by the side, lift your feet off the floor, and then just start to pull those knees into that chest and take it back out. Again, if you can lift that chin into your chest, you get a little bit more contraction through the midriff. But on this movement, it also helps take the pressure off the lower back. Good, let's keep that there. A few more repetitions. Stay with me. Start to feel that burn through the base of the core. 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. I'm going to spin myself around. Do it this side this time. You know, mix it up. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. I'm going to lie myself down. Again, if you're already laid down, enjoy it. We're moving towards 10 seconds. So we'll set ourselves, we'll take our arms out to the side to help us with our balance. I'm going to lift my chin into my chest. I'm going to take my legs out and then start to pull my knees in. Take it back out. Pull the knees in. Take it back out. Again, the slower, the more controlled. You can do this, the more contraction you get through that core. You probably start to really feel this into the base of your stomach. So we're really working in to the base of the stomach, into those hips. Good, one more repetition. And rest. Good work, everyone. Nice, we've got one more set to go, So focusing on that breath. This is our last movement, and we'll do a little bit of stretching. Last push. Again, putting the emphasis all through the base of that stomach, so from the belly button below. Again, we're keeping the rest of the core contracted by lifting the chin into the chest. We're going to set ourselves, arms by the side, lift my chin into the chest. I'm going to lift my heels, and we're into that final round, just slow and steady, pulling those knees in and taking out. If you start to feel a bit of a pull on the lower back as you extend your legs out, just don't fully extend the knees. Keep a slight bend in the knees. That way we can keep that lower back nice and close to the ground. We're still putting that emphasis through the base of that core. Good, a few more repetitions. Less than 10 seconds. Last rep. 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Whew. Good work, everyone. Take a little bit of water on board. And we're just going to spend the next minute or so just having a little bit of a stretch. Just to loosen everything off. So we'll go back to where we were at the beginning. So just outside shoulder width apart with the stance. I just want you to roll those hips around. We'll go for 3 more rotations. Once you've done those 3 rotations, stop in the center and then take it back the other way. Again, this is really good for loosening up that natural bout that we all possess from our hips up into our core, into our glutes. We're going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. So from there, I'm just going to hinge forward at my hips. This time, I want us to bring our legs or feet or stance so it's just natural into the shoulder width apart. Again, I don't want us to be stretching too much for the adductors. We've put a lot through them today. So we're just going to hinge forward at the hips. Feel that stretch into those hamstrings. Again, feel free to take your arms below, but make sure you're trying to keep a nice straight back, or place your hands on your thighs, or take them to the hips. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly bring it up. And we're going to go into the quadriceps. We're going to test that balance after all that work. So we're going to bring the right leg up first. Take the arm out to the side for that balance. Or a lot of people like to stick their finger in their ear, so that really helps. Or hold a chair, hold a wall, grab hold of a person. I'm just going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to let that leg down. We're going to switch to the other leg. We're going to hold that leg just for a moment. And we'll hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Excellent work, everyone. Smashed it. Another Wednesday Westside Wellbeing session in the bag. Hope you're feeling a little bit more relaxed. Got rid of some of that stress, increased that heart rate a little bit, got a little bit of a sweat on, got a little bit of workout in. We will be back again next week for another session from Harriet. Have a fantastic day, everyone. See you soon. And goodbye.